Hello everyone! So today I'm going to be doing a dragon face paint. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to outline the general structure of the scales around my eye. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trace out in a light brown face paint the individual scales. Next, I'm going to grab my white face paint and I'm going to add highlights to each individual scale. Next, what I'm doing is I'm lining my eye with white face paint. The reason for this is because on a dragon's eye, it's more made up of folds instead of scales, so I'm trying to recreate the folds by pulling different areas out. I'm going to also continue this up into my lid and just below my eyebrow. Next, I'm going to use dark brown face paint to create some shadows and give more depth to some of the folds, along with give more depth to the individual scales. At this point, I realized that I really should have blocked out my eyebrow. I do recommend you doing that from the beginning. It would give a better effect for the whole thing. Okay, so now that that's done, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to shade underneath all of the scales to try and make the scales pop out a little bit more. You could either do this with a very small amount of almost kind of dry face paint, or you could use eyeshadow. I recommend using a dark brown and not a black. The black kind of makes this look kind of weird, just because it is a more neutral looking dragon. So I decided that these scales around the eye was not enough, and I kind of wanted something to come down the contour of my cheek. So what I'm doing here is I'm just doing the same thing that I did with my eye. I'm also going to do that underneath my chin as well. So here I decided to have my cheek and my eye scales connect, and so I'm just kind of drawing the general outline here. I'm also going to do the same down below. Taking some time and looking at it, I still thought it needed something more. So what I decided to do was kind of add just one more piece, kind of coming down from the top, something that, the dragon's top of their head has scales protruding down their forehead, so kind of to represent that. This would have been a great stopping point. I decided to add some black to give the scales even more depth. I did go a little bit crazy with the black, and I shouldn't have. I should have stopped right before this point, but as you see, I keep going. So if you're going to do this, like I said, if you're going to use black, that's perfectly fine. It adds a lot of depth, but just kind of be wary of that. It adds a lot of depth, and it can take away from it just as much as it can help it. Voila! There you go, everybody. There's the finished look. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel if you like what you saw here. I've got plenty more where that came from. Have a great day. Bye.